Okay, so we're asked to find the inverse of this function. So remember how we do that? We change the f of x to y, and then we switch the y's and the x's. So if we do that, we're going to get x is equal to 2y minus 3 over 5y plus 1. And then to find the inverse, we actually have to solve for y here. So first step to do that, multiply both sides by 5y plus 1. So we get x times 5y plus 1. And then distribute that x. So you get 5xy plus x is equal to 2y minus 3. And then since we're trying to solve for y, we want to get all the y's on the same side. So there's y here, there's y here. Move them to the left side. Get 5xy minus 2y, and then get the terms that don't have a y into the other side. So that means we've got to move the x over. So we get minus x minus 3. Now that the y's are on the same side, you can factor that y out, leaving us with 5x minus 2. And then finally just divide. So you get y is equal to minus x minus 3 over 5x minus 2. And then we can call this the inverse function. So that's the inverse, and just so you know, you might also be asked to find the domain of a function like this, and its inverse, and the ranges of both as well. So to find the domain of f, just remember whatever's in the denominator can't be 0. So set that denominator to 0, solve for x. If you solve for that for x, you get x is equal to, moving that over gets minus 1 divided by 5 minus 1/5. So the domain of this will be minus infinity to minus 1/5, and then from minus 1/5 to infinity. Okay, then also just remember this is the range of the inverse. Okay, and then to find the domain of f inverse, remember how we do that? Same thing, except just look at the inverse function. So the inverse function was that, so the denominator there is 5x minus 2. Set that equal to 0, solve for x. Yeah, x is equal to 2 over 5. So that means the domain of this thing will be minus infinity to 2/5, and then 2/5 to infinity. And this is also the range for the original function.